Hey YouTube, welcome back to the channel. In this episode, I'm going to explain a mathematical error that may be costing you money as an Airbnb host. I'm going to give you a tour of one of my newly renovated rentals, and I'm going to try a British accent for no reason whatsoever.
Are you ready? Let's go!
Okay everyone, welcome back to the channel where I chronicle my success journey from rideshare to riches and now an Airbnb superhost in southern Utah, chronicling my adventures out here in the Southwest, as well as giving some Airbnb tips and hosting strategies for all of you wonderful people. So, recently Airbnb hurt me really bad. And where did they hurt me? Right here, right in the feels. Oh, so as it turns out, Airbnb's math isn't quite mathing. We need Kecius Mathimus to solve some of these problems because as I see it, I am not getting an accurate rating on one of my new listings, and this might be happening to hosts all over the world. Here's how it works. When you get your ratings for your listing, they measure you on 6 metrics. Here are the 6 metrics. Cleanliness, was the place spotless and clean? Accuracy, did the photos, description, amenities, and layout match what the guest was expecting? 3, check-in process, was it smooth and was it clear with an easy path to access? 4, communication, was the host responsive, helpful, and clear before and during the stay? 5, location, was the neighborhood safe, convenient, and accurately described? 6, value, did the guest feel that it was worth the price that was paid? So now you can get a 1 to 5 star rating as the host on all 6 of these metrics. Ideally, you're going to get a 4.8 or higher so you can maintain your superhost status. Now what's really interesting, if your guest gives you 5 in all 6 categories, it rounds up, of course, to a 5-star rating. It can't be anything else because it's all solid 5s. But if your guest gives you a 4 or lower in any one of those categories, Airbnb seems to round it down to a 4-star review as far as the main page ranking is concerned. In other words, if they click on your listing, they can read all of the reviews and see that you actually got like 5 or a 4.9 or a 4.8. However, let's just go to the main page where guests are searching, and they're searching in a certain city or a town for their perfect rental. Now, something really tricky starts to happen. Airbnb doesn't take all 6 of those measurements into account. Now, Airbnb just goes with the rounded rating and then calculates that based on how many reviews there were. I'll give you an example. So in my case, on one of my brand new rentals where I put in new carpet, I did new paint all by myself, and some new furniture, and even a new glass sliding door, costing me altogether around $20,000 in upgrades. Beautiful, spotless, low-priced place to stay. I got 2 5-star reviews and 1 4.95. Actually, I got a 4.83333.
So let's just say 4.83 for simple math plus 5 equals 14.83. 14.83 divided by 3 is actually a 4.94 or a 4.95.
So this listing should actually be a 4.95 on the main search page. However, because Airbnb allows the 2 solid 5-star ratings to stand, because it's just gonna round up to 5 because you can't go lower. But then the 1 rating that was slightly less than 5 gets rounded down to 4. So now Airbnb is not calculating all 6 metrics. They're actually just calculating 2 5-stars and 1 4-star. So 5 plus 5 plus 4 divided by 3 is only a 4.67, which is terrible in my opinion. As far as an Airbnb rating goes, you don't want to be below 4.8. So a guest is looking at a brand new renovated unit, and they might not even click to look at the photos or the description because Airbnb is kind of lying to them and saying it's a 4.67 when really we just did the math, it's like a 4.95. Now I called in to try to get some help, and this is basically what happened.
Thank you for calling Airbnb support. I will not be able to help you with answers to your questions. Rather, I will give you a link to a web article where you can be more confused after you finish reading it. And if you are still not satisfied, you can call back and I will give you the runaround again. Thank you for calling. Have a nice day.
So what's the solution? I'm not getting help from Airbnb customer support. The gnomes that run the algorithm, I don't know if they got the message, because you basically need a computer programmer to go in and fix this mathematical calculation so the guest gets an accurate understanding of how the rating actually is for that listing and doesn't get a reduced rating or a lesser impression of what the Airbnb listing actually is. Because this should be a 4.95 according to my calculations, but it's only showing as a 4.67. Brand new. I spent 20 grand and nobody's booking. So I have a couple options here. Option number one, I could reset the listing and start all over again. Airbnb actually kind of frowns upon that. They think you're trying to game the system, and they actually have a way, like the computer will catch that and tell you, no, 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 you can't do that anymore. You used to be able to do that. It wasn't a problem. Now they will catch you. So I can't really reset the listing. The other option is on the top of my description, I could say, this is actually a 4.95. Look for yourself. It's not really a 4.67. And that already looks kind of fishy and problematic and weird. Like, why is the host having to tell the guest that it's a higher rating than what it really is? It's a bit of a hassle, but that's currently the solution that I went with. So as soon as you open this listing, you can see I'm telling people this is actually much higher quality than you're led to believe, because the math isn't mathing, and we need Kekius Mathimus to go over there at the Airbnb algorithm and fix the code. The other solution would be if enough disgruntled hosts that are having this problem actually called in and said, hey, can you please fix this? Then maybe some supervisor on the technical team will get the memo and say, hey, let's go ahead and fix this. So we're actually calculating on the main page where the guests are searching, we're calculating off of all 6 metrics and not just a rounded average per the review. Because if you were rounding it, you wouldn't round down to 4 and punish me. You would have rounded up to 5. But oh well, it didn't work out that way. And now I got to make this video, and now Airbnb looks a little fishy. I still love Airbnb. I still do business with them. In fact, they bring in like over 90% of my business, but I'm just not happy about this one thing, and someone's got to talk about it. So if you do work at Airbnb, it would be really nice if we could get this problem fixed and give the guests a more accurate impression of the ratings for the Airbnb host and their listings. And if you don't work for Airbnb, but you're a host, this is something to take into consideration, because people might be getting a false impression of the quality of your place, and that really sucks. If this video helped you out, you can give me a like and a share. The highest compliment would be subscribing to the channel and then sharing this on one of your social media feeds. You've been watching YouTube.utah, and if you enjoy this content, click over here to watch a video I'm recommending, and click over here to watch a video that YouTube is recommending. And as always, respect your hustle.